everyone, Kat here. Today we're going to be leading you through a nice upper body workout. The first part is going to be with resistance bands to make sure that we're really using proper form. We're making sure that we're really moving through the movement appropriately. Before you start loading movements with heavy weights, you really want to make sure that the movements that you're doing are appropriate and that you're not hurting yourself while you're trying to improve your health. Then we're going to move on to a set of very light dumbbells, only 5 pounds. We're working on very small movements that are going to lead to you developing some muscular endurance. So we're going to get started. With just some shoulder circles forward. You can choose to tap, 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 and tap. Really getting our bodies warm, getting ourselves ready. And like I said, if you like to listen to music while you do these workouts, feel free to put some on. There's some funky copyright laws and circle back. So I choose not to use music for a lot of my videos because I want to make sure that I'm not impinging upon those laws. Do these shoulder circles at your own pace. You don't have to be moving at my same pace. This is just what feels comfortable for me. Now you're going to switch, and you're just going to swing the arms open and shut across your chest. Open, shut. Open, and shut. You can choose to keep tapping. Now you might want to go with the movement and tap across your body. And you don't want to be opening too far back, just far enough where you feel a nice stretch in the front of those shoulders. For 3, 2, 1. Now you're going to swim forward. And I know that all of these movements seem kind of silly as you're doing them, but it really is so important to include these moves in your dynamic warm-up that really make sure that you have full mobility, full range of motion through your joints. And if you don't, you really shouldn't be adding those extra loads. Now, you're going to reach up, forward and down, sweep the floor. Up, forward and down. This one feels really nice. Up, sweep the floor. Oh. I'm starting to feel warm in my upper body. I hope you are too. Up, sweep the floor. 2, 1. Now you're going to lean over and over. You may choose to step out and over, out and over. Over, 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 over. For 3, 2, last one, 1. And now I just want you to circle through your wrists. You can tap your feet. We're just making sure that those wrists are nice and warmed up. When you're doing these moves, you do a lot with your wrists. For 3, 2, and 1. Great job, everyone. So now I want you to get your band. I'm using just a light mini band. You're really still going to feel it. The point is that you want to be able to keep going. You don't want it to be such a heavy band that you have to stop, that you can't finish the workout. So this is only a 5-pound band. But the good part about that is that it allows me to really move through my full range of motion. The range of motion today is what we're focusing on. Whew. I'm feeling hot. Okay, we're going to get ready. Put that band so your hands are facing together. I'll show you closer. Sometimes I get confused by the descriptions of this. Palms facing forward, and you're going to curl, curl, front raise. Curl, curl, front raise. Now you may be wondering how I'm feeling anything. Keep going. And the reason is that I have tension on the band. I'm pulling apart between my 2 hands. And that tension is what's creating that contraction in my muscles. So from the side, curling up, bringing the hands down, raising everything in front. Curl, curl, Great job, everyone. Now, you're going to come down onto one leg. You're going to put that band underneath your foot, and you're just going to row up and back. Row. Row. Really pulling your arm back. This is the only move that you'll be on the floor, so you don't specifically need a mat. You're just rowing your arm back. Pulling your hand so that it gets to right around your rib cage, keeping your body facing forward. You should be feeling it in your back. More seconds, we're going to switch to the other leg. Row. Breathe out as you pull the band up. Switch legs. Slide that band into the opposite leg, and you're going to row. Breathing out. Keeping that core tight to protect your back. It may not seem like it, but the breathing is so important for moves like this. 2, 1, pull that band off, come back up to standing, and now you're going to put your hand through, facing towards the floor, one hand. Woo. And you're going to curl up and row. Curl and row. So what I'm doing is I'm curling up into a bicep curl, and then I'm rowing my arm back. Curl, oops, and row. Curl and row. 2, last one. Switch sides. Other hand pressing down. I suggest that you have one foot forward and one foot back. And begin. So you're going to curl up and then row back. You should be feeling nice and warm in that upper body. It shouldn't be impossible. This is only the first set. It's not part of the warm-up, but we're still building. We're going to build throughout this workout. Up, 2, last one, up, and back. Great job, everyone. Shake it out for a couple seconds, and then we're going to start back from the top. In 3, 2, 1. Now you know the moves. It's that curl, curl, front raise. Curl, curl, front raise. Keep going. Front raise. Really feeling it in your bicep. And then your shoulders. Curl, curl, front raise. Staying strong through those glutes. Last one. Now make your way down onto the floor. We're going to go back into that row. Row. Pulling up and back so that your hand grazes right past your rib cage. Your elbows pointing towards the back of the room. Your chest is leaning slightly forward. You're staying strong through that core. You have a nice flat back. 3, 2, last one, 1. Switch sides. And begin. Rowing up and back. Row. I know that you can't see my feet for this one. The band is just under my foot. I thought it would be better that you could see me for the rest of the moves rather than worrying about this move. Rowing up and back. Please excuse the cartoons in the background. 3, 2, 1. Pull that band out safely. Come back up to standing. Put one hand down, and we're going back into that curl, row, curl, pull back, curling up, rowing back, curl, and back. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and switch. Other hand pressing down towards the floor. Curl up, pull back. Curling the band up and pulling back. Great job, everyone. This is the last time you're going to see these exercises. Row back, curl up, row back for 3, 2, and rest. We have 30 seconds rest before we head into the next 3 exercises. So we have 4 sets of exercises with the band, and then we have 4 sets of exercises with the weights. Okay, now I want your hands in the same position, facing in towards each other. Actually, I want you holding onto the band with one arm, and then we'll switch halfway through. So get ready. In 2, 1, side lateral raise. You're just raising the arm out to the side. You know what? You can leave the arm in there. That was a better idea. You're just pulling out. Switching sides. Pulling up and back. And only go as far as you can go. Don't twist your body. Don't contort your body. You're just raising. Raising. I suggest the band around your wrists. 2, 30 more seconds. Great job, everyone. You're just raising open and together. I have a slight bend in my knees. And I'm just raising out and open. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and rest. Tricep next. So you're going to pull the band apart overhead, and you're going to come down and up, down and up. Keeping tension in that band the entire time. It's like a normal overhead tricep extension, but with a band. And now, you're going to switch that band so you can get it behind you, and you're just going to pulse up and up. And every time that you pulse up, you're also pulling the band apart. Really targeting those triceps. Back, back. I'm sweating. I hope you're feeling this. Even with the light band, you should still be able to feel this. For 3, 2, 1. Whew. We're going to come back into those side lateral raises. So actually for this time, I want you to bend your arm, and I want you to raise open at a 90-degree angle. I think that that's just better for the shoulder. Feels better for me, so that's going to be my suggestion. Obviously, it's up to you. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, up and overhead, tricep extensions. I'll give you a break after this. Up and up. For 5, actually we have 10 more seconds. You can do it. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Great job, everyone. Now I want that band back and behind you, and I want you pulsing up and back and open. So you're pulsing, you can also choose to pulse back and open, back and open, or you can do it as one motion. That's up to you. But there should always be constant tension on that band, regardless of which way you choose to do it. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's do a quick stretch. So I want you to bring your arm across your chest to stretch through those shoulders. I feel like the bands always target my shoulders. I don't know why. And then switch to the other side. I always feel it majority in my shoulders. I'm getting a tan everywhere else except for my tongue. Still pale white. I'm noticing that in the video. Okay, grab that band. Bring your hands together in the center, like we've been doing. You're going to press and pull down. Shoulder press, lat pull down. Shoulder press, lat pull down. Shoulder press. I prefer my lat pull down in front of my body. It feels safer. But if you prefer doing it back behind your body, give it a shot. If it doesn't feel right, stop. Now you're going to do one at a time. 1. Oh no. That'll happen. We have a spare. 1 and 2. Pull down. You see, life happens. Did it look like I was planning for that to snap? I hope not, because I was not. Keep going. For 3, 2, that happens with bands though. Be prepared for it. And 1. Lateral rotation. So now you're going to come back and you're going to lift open and up. So when you lift to the side, you're going to turn your hand towards the front. So you're going to lift open, open. It's kind of like the move that we did earlier that I chose to switch up. So you can keep doing that move from earlier. But if you want an added challenge, you can turn the palm up at the bottom of the motion. For 3, 2, and 1. Oh my goodness, that surprised me so much. I was not expecting that. At least it happened after the things that I really needed the circle band for. So as you can see, you can do it with any band always. We're going to go back. I'm actually going to take a minute to tie my band. I think that will make my life a little bit easier, having that tie in there. Alrighty, so now we're going to head into the shoulder press, lat pull down. Press up, pull down, up and down. And you have to just work with it. If you have a screaming baby, keep going. They're going to be screaming either way. Just try to keep reminding yourself that. Now, I'm going to hold my band because I don't want it to do that again. Alternating lat pull down. I have one hand staying up as the other one pulls down. Great job, everyone. Keep moving and grooving. That's all you can do, right? Keep trying, keep pushing yourself, and find what works for you. If something doesn't feel right, stop doing it. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull both open at the same time. It's like the move that we did earlier. I'm bringing my hands up to shoulder height, and then bringing them back down. Up and down. And rest. Oh, we're about to head into our last round of the band movements. Oh, and then we're done. So we can do a quick tricep stretch here. I was just seeing if there's any motions that I'm going to have a difficult time doing with this band compared to the circle band. You poor guy. I feel so bad for my equipment when it breaks. It feels like it was there with me through the whole thing. So for the first move, we're going to do, actually, we're going to see if this works. You're going to stand and you're going to row. Oh, it works real nice. Rowing up and in. So my back is flat, holding tight through my abdominal muscles. I have tension on this band, and I'm pulling up and in towards my body. Up and in. For 3, 2, last one, 1, up overhead. You're going to just shoulder press. Keeping constant tension on that band. Going up and down. Up and down. For 3, to pulse, 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 pulse. And sometimes you have to be flexible. I had to switch up this last round because there was a move that wasn't going to work. But you have to, that's why it's good to watch a lot of different people, watch a lot of different videos, so you have a toolbox to pull from and rest for a moment. I want you to swing your arms up and in. You're just crossing arm over arm, stretching through really all parts of your hand for a quick second before we head into the last round. Whew. With the bands, and then we're going to head into our dumbbell section. Okay. Maybe do a couple quick crosses. And this is a great way to do upper body, especially if you don't like doing upper body. You're not having to lift super heavy weights. Pull up and in. I personally have realized that when I'm lifting really heavy and then having to lift my daughter, my arms just really don't feel good. It starts to feel like I'm getting something funky going on with my back and my shoulders. So this has been the alternative to make sure that I'm still strong and switch. Press up and pull down. Without hurting myself was the end of that sentence. Really pulling at the bottom of that motion. Pulling those shoulder blades down your back. Nice tall spine. Nice and strong through that torso. Bend down, pulse up. This is the last move with these bands. Keeping constant tension. You have 15 more seconds. You can shake it out for a second and then get right back into it. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Great job, everyone. You can put those bands and my poor broken bands off to the side. And now we're going to get another quick minute of stretching before we head into those weights. So I want you to go back to what we did at the beginning, and I want you to just cross your arms. Cross, 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 cross. Now I want you to stretch through your chest, pressing up, pushing so that shoulder blades are pushing in towards each other, and then swing. Up, down, sweep the floor. Up, down, sweep the floor. Last one, sweep the floor, and up. Okay. So I want you to grab those weights, shake out through those shoulders, make sure that you're ready, and for the first round, it's all biceps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We actually have 5 rounds to do. So what I want you to do is extend your arms out long, and you're just going to curl. Ooh, that was graceful. Did you guys see that? My stopwatch is going to lock, so I used a beautiful ballet toe. So for this upper body workout, we're really focusing on overloading our muscles, not with the weights, like you might with having a super heavy weight. What we're overloading with is the repetitions. And I really don't need the time here because we're going until we're burning out these muscles. Going out and in. The good part is, once you see this move, you're not going to see it again. So unlike the bands where we did each thing twice, for this we're burning out the muscle and then we're moving on. 3, 2, 1. Now you're going to curl up and up. You're curling across your body and up. Up and up. So you may be wondering why we're doing more than one set of biceps. I have a lot of women tell me that. I don't want really big biceps. first off, with light weights, that's not going to happen. That's not the point. That's not what we're working towards. We're working for repetitions. So once you get the movement and you're feeling it in the right place, you can start to pick it up. I start off slow to make sure that I have that mind-muscle connection, and then I start to speed up. So I feel the engagement each and every time. For 3, 2, 1. Now hammer curls. Just straight hammer curls. And make sure you're not gripping super hard with your hands. These are relatively light weights, so it shouldn't be super hard on your hands or on your wrists. The whole point is that you just keep moving. Especially when you're using these light weights, you want to make sure that your posture is really good. We're working on those postural muscles that keep you in that nice head over heart, heart over pelvis position. Now what does that mean? My head is aligned over my heart is aligned over my pelvis. Basically means a good stance for your back. For 3, 2, 1. Now you're going to curl in, and out. In, and out. To make it a little harder, don't have your arms touching your body. Make sure that you're still breathing, you're still focusing. If it starts to feel funky in your shoulders, come right back down. We're burning out through these biceps, and then we're going to move on. Up, and up, and up, and now you're just going to go out and in, out and in, pushing the weights away, pulling them back in. And in, and in. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Great job. Put those weights down for a second. Shake out your hands. I'm going to tilt the camera down just the slightest bit so you can see what I'm going to do. I'm going to come down onto the floor, come down onto my knees, and we're going to do a set of push-ups. Making sure that your hands are directly under your shoulders. They're in a straight line with each other. Your triceps are pointing back. Your body's coming down in a straight line. For 3, 2, last one, 1. Great job. Push back into a child's pose. Just stretch out through that upper body. And stand up. Now what are we doing? Now we are hitting the shoulders from every angle. So we're going to start with the normal shoulder press. I have my feet and my legs in a ballet position. If that's comfortable for you, go right ahead. Make sure that you're not locking through your knees, that you have a relatively narrow base of support, meaning that your feet are relatively close together, so that you can also work on balance. Now I want you to give me 3, 2, 1, and down. 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 I know that those shoulders are already tired. Keep going. 3, 2, 1, and down. 3, 2, 1, and down. 3, 2, 1, and down. Give it a quick shake. Now you're just going to pulse. Pulse and pulse. Pulse and pulse. Pulse and pulse. Pulse and pulse. 3, 2, 1. Now you're going to go T, open into a big T, Y, I, front raise. Side raise, diagonal raise, those shoulders. Side, diagonal, front. Side, diagonal, front, and you're done. Now I want you, we're going to do full push-ups to the floor. So you're going to release down to the floor, let go with your hands, and push back up. Release down to the floor, let go of those hands, push back up. Release, let go of those hands, push back up. Release, and push up. If you feel ready, you can release your whole body. Release those hands. Press yourself back up into a push-up. Try to get your whole body to come up in one straight line. Now, just give me a few cat-cows. Stretching. On the exhale, you're going to come down. Inhale, pull up and in. Exhale. Inhale, pull up and in. Great job, everyone. We're doing good here. We're moving along. Now, we're on to your chest. Oops, hello. So let's see what we've got going on. Chest press, chest crisscross. Okay, you're going to press in and open. In and open. Working through those chest muscles. Making sure that they're nice and strong. Like I said, you don't have to be super tight on those weights. You don't have to be gripping them really hard. And open. In and open. Make sure that you're not stressing through your neck. 2, 1. Release them, shake them. We've been going for a little while now. I know that it can start to get tight. And now you're just going to crisscross in front of your chest. Criss and cross. Criss and cross. If you want to, you can bend the arm. If you also want to, you can do the crisscross with no weights. Whatever works for you. Criss and cross. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Shake, 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 shake. Now, you're going to press in and open. In and open for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, 1. Give me a couple rounds of arm circles before we go down to the floor. Great job. You can use a mat for all this if you feel more comfortable. So what you're going to do, maybe it'll be easier if I show you this way. There we go. You're going to extend your arms forward and then pull back. Like you're pulling those shoulder blades together. And extend. Pull in, extend out. Pull back. 2, 1. Now I just want you to swim, kicking the arms and the legs. Can't forget about the low back, guys. Got to make sure that it's nice and strong. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're keeping moving. We're going. We're doing great. We have 2 more sets. Triceps, back, and you're done. I decided to pepper in your push-ups so that we wouldn't have to do a full round of push-ups at the end. Pepper push-ups. I like that. Okay. You're going to put those weights together, bring them up overhead, and you're going to just do tricep extensions. Keeping the elbows in towards the ears. Another beautiful ballet toe to make sure that My computer isn't locking. Now I want you to give me 3, 2, 1, and release. 3, 2, 1, and release. Pulsing up 3, 2, 1, and releasing. 3, 2, 1, and down. 3, 2, 1, and down. Up, higher, higher, and down. Whew. Great job. Now you only need one weight. You're going to do kickbacks. I'll show you from the side. Kicking back and forward. Back and forward. Only coming to where your arm is at a 90-degree angle before you push it back and back. Now I want you to turn the palm up towards the ceiling at the bottom of the motion. Now, shake it out, and you're just going to pulse up and back. My palm is facing up towards the ceiling. I can lean on my front leg if I need a little bit more support. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch arms and legs. And back, forward. Back, forward. You want to be looking about a foot in front of you so that you're not craning through your neck. Arms coming back to that 90-degree bend. Up and bend. Up and bend. Now I want you turning it up at the bottom of the motion. Up. For 5, 4, 3, and pulse. 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 Up. Shake out through my wrist. It was starting to feel a little bit tight. Make sure you're not stressing through much through your wrist. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and relax. Roll out through those wrists. We've been working them pretty hard. We have one more set with our weights, and you guys are going to give me a 1-minute plank. Yay! We do yay with Harper, sorry. Whew. So I want your hands on your shoulders, pressing, spiking through your heels, core in tight. The analogy that's always helped me is that you want your back to be in one straight line. You want your spine to be flat, so that if someone were to put a teacup right on any point in your back, but specifically right on the sacrum, which is that little pointy bone at the bottom of your low back, the glass would be still, like those Tempur-Pedic mattress commercials. You want your head facing down. You don't want it facing any crazy angles. Looking about a foot out in front of you or directly between your hands. Staying strong through those abdominals. You want to support that lower back. And look at that. You have 10 seconds left. You want to keep a micro bend in those arms. 4, 3, 2, step in and forward. Great job, everyone. We're on our last set. You're almost done. We're going to start. I want you bent over at the waist, keeping tight through those abdominals. I don't want you arching any crazy way with your back, and you're just going to row. Rowing up so that your elbows point towards the ceiling, so that your weights are coming right up towards the breastbone. Now give me 3, 2, 1, and release. 3, 2, 1, and down. Back to those full ranges of motion. And up. Now, you're going to do a standing row. You're doing the same thing, except that you're rowing those weights up towards your collarbone. Your elbows will point out to the sides. So this is our row section. Give me 3, 2, 1, and release. 3, 2, 1, and release. Up, 2, 3, and release. And now just pulse, 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 pulse. Pulsing at the top of that motion. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop those weights. You're going to start by giving me little small arm circles going forwards. Now make them medium circles. Now big circles. Now switch directions, still going big circles. Now medium circles. Now small circles. And relax. Step side to side. Let our heart rate come down a little bit. Even though, like I said, it wasn't cardio intensive, you're still going to be hot. Your heart rate's still going to be elevated. So first, give me a couple of neck rolls. Release through that neck. Anytime that you're using weights, people have a tendency to tighten up through their necks. Next, let's get those wrists. Don't want to forget about them. Just circling through them. Now, I want your palm facing towards the front of the room. Apply a little bit of pressure to your hands to stretch through the bottom part of your wrist. Now, act as though you're showing off an engagement ring. You point your hand forwards, fingers pointing down, and you're going to push gently on the top part of that hand. Other side, wiggle through those hands. Same thing. Palm pointing towards the front of the room. Give a little bit of press into those fingers. You don't want to press too hard. Your wrists have a bunch of tiny muscles in them. Show off that ring. Do it again. I heard an instructor say that once and it made me laugh, so I like that way of saying it. Let's give that neck a little bit more of a stretch. Just extend through that arm. Continue to do wrist circles as you release through that neck. Other side. Stretch through that neck, circle through the palm. Back to those arm swings that we did in the beginning. And now, you're going to give yourself a nice hug. Just pulling in towards the center. And now do a couple more arm swings and stop so that your opposite arm is on top. Give yourself another little hug. Great job. We're going to do a traditional shoulder stretch, arm across the body, pull the arm down and in. Sometimes when you've done a motion so many times, it's hard to remember how to describe how to do it to someone that hasn't done it or maybe hasn't done it recently. Other side. Up and over, tricep stretch. Great job, everyone. We're almost done. Other side, tricep stretch. Give me a big deep breath in. Let it out. One more time. In and let it out. Thank you guys so much. I hope that you enjoyed this kind of non-traditional upper body workout. We used light bands. My poor band snapped. And then we used light weights, but I don't know about you, I'm definitely feeling it. So thank you guys so much. This is Kat, strong, not skinny. And please make sure to let me know what videos you're liking, which videos you want to see more of, and I'll make sure to be posting them. Thank you guys so much. See you soon.